Hey guys, how are you tonight? It is Monday night, and as always, you are joining me in Think Different TV. OMG. OMG on Think Different TV. It's been a really nice day today here in Philly. Really quiet, really relaxing. And so I have just been relaxing today. What about you guys? Oh, how rude of me. My name is LaShia, and I am the host of Think Different TV. I want to say thank you to all of those who have been rocking out with me since day one, and also those who are just coming into the fold and just watching for the first time. Hello, how are you? Hi, Melita, how are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. Hey, I am DJ Chemo. What is up? What is up? Y'all, I feel like I went a little dark with my lip color today, so please excuse me. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I should have went with like a nude. Oh well. It is what it is now. I'm already here. Let me see. I am looking up. I'm looking up music for my independent artist spotlight, which I am so excited about. And why? People know that I'm doing Think Different TV. Let me tell you something. I've been doing this show for today is my 18th episode. Whoop whoop. What's up, Chris? You ooh. Wait. You lucky, because I'm about to say what's up, King Primetime from Prime Nostalgia Podcast? Playing on my live. You know that be tripping me up. You know I ain't all the way, with this thing yet, playing these games. I've been doing this show for 18 weeks now. 18 weeks! Yes! Right? So I'm excited. But why? It's every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been home all day. All day. I have been home. Why all of a sudden people calling me? Why is you calling me now? Of all times, you gonna call me now? The nerve, the gumption, the gall. Oh gosh. I'm like, this ain't new, baby. This has been happening, okay? And those who are just finding out about it, hey, maybe I have to advertise more. I have to put some more money into my advertisement so y'all can know that I'm here on Monday nights. But those who know. In fact, the person that called me, and you know what? King Primetime, don't even get on me because I don't be knowing when you about to record anyway. And I'll be calling, I'll be like, why you not answer my call? And then it was like, oh, I was recording. I'm like, oh my gosh. Why you ain't tell me? I did tell you. Do this every week. I got bad memory, y'all. But still, the rudeness, like, what's going on? So 18 weeks I've been doing this. I am so happy that I made the decision to do Think Different TV because it's a way of me sharing my thoughts without anyone, saying I shouldn't say it or whatever. And, cause listen, I'm the only one. You know what, King Primetime? Shut your face. I just saw your comment. But, I'm so glad I made the decision to do this because I'm able to share my thoughts without any interruptions. There's other people on. Hey, Mr. Smith, how are you? Thank you for joining in on Think Different TV. As always, so good to see you on here. I'm telling you, like, this has been life-changing, and this is what I mean by life-changing. So, as I am doing the show, I am learning about myself and learning about how I could be more effective as a communicator through this show. Ain't that something? I'm growing. All right? And also, it's giving me a chance when I do the social topics to explore topics and also get people's feedback and know that there's other points of views out there that I haven't even explored. All right, that's one. All right. Hey, Jackson Rental Homes, how are you? Thank you for joining in to Think Different TV. Another thing, when I do the independent artist spotlight, I start learning about the art, like the artists that I choose. Okay, for right now are people that I've known, I love their music. I'm a big fan of theirs, and to go and read about them and read about all of their accomplishments, it's like I'm learning them all over again. I'm meeting them for the first time. And that's really exciting when you think about it, because it's like you think you know someone, but you really don't know. What was that show? Behind the Scenes or something like that. What was that show called? But they said, oh, who? Hi, Lee boy. How are you? Thank you for joining in. I'm sorry, I got a little hype real quick. But yeah, let me tell you, this has been a whole new world for me, honey. Learning about artists that like I said, it's like I'm meeting them all over again, and I'm getting to know everything that they've done, and they, all of their accomplishments, and it's like, wow. Like, I really know, like, and these are people that I know, so it was like to go in and see what they do and what they've done and what they've accomplished is like, I'm like a proud mom, like, go ahead, boo. Oh, and while I'm saying that, all right, so last week I did an independent artist spotlight on LaShia Alexandria. Super proud of this girl, right? So yesterday they had the showing of It Was Written, the film that I told you she was in. I wish I could have been there. I know there's going to be other opportunities for me to go and see it, but I'm so daggone proud of her. All right, let's clap it up for the girl, okay? Mr. Stackhouse TV, Bobby Blanco, big ups to you and the cast and crew of It Was Written. Y'all did y'all thing. Super proud of you guys. Keep on going, keep on pushing. I'm looking to see a lot more films. I'm looking to see a lot more from LaShia Alexandria in the future. And she's just a fighter. She just keep going. That's how you gotta be. You gotta have that, like I said, you have to have that grit. You gotta have that personality, that you have to have that in you. Because I was talking with a friend earlier, it's like, if you don't have it in you to go out there and reach your goals and get your dreams done. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't last week that I featured LaShia Alexandria. Was it last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, my bad. Because last week it was Tony Jones. The week before, it was LaShia Alexandria. So they released It Was Written. And, yeah, so I'm just letting you guys know that it is, all things that are possible through Christ, okay? You put your mind to it and you do it. But first you have to have it in you. You get what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, I want all these opportunities to fall in my lap, but then you don't go out there and push and do anything to achieve them. It's like a waste, right? Hey, Faye Dago, thank you for joining in to Think Different TV. Beautiful soul on my live right now. I'm so excited to have you on. So super proud of her. But guess what tonight is? Tonight, I am doing an independent artist spotlight. Because y'all know, it's so, dang, it went by so fast. So we're already, today is already the 2nd of May. Jeez, we in May already? Like 2022, slow down. Slow down, okay? But 2022 has been zooming by, okay? It's been zooming by. And we're already in May, y'all. And the millennial in me, and I know y'all seen a lot of people out here doing these videos, you know, it's gonna be May. They get on my nerves because I don't know why, but I remember that, but I wasn't like a big on that, you know, I was a big fan of pop, you know, I was NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, you know, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, all of them. I just love all of them. Like, I still love all of them. But I never really was part of that whole trend. It's gonna be May. It's like never registered to me, like, to do that. But it's been hilarious to see these videos that have been coming out and people doing the dances and everything. It's like, wow, y'all really are committed. But yeah, it's already May, y'all. It's already May. So that means we are in our 5th month. We got this month and 7 more to go. So what y'all 2022 looking like for the rest of the year? I know I want to get some more episodes of Think Different TV under my belt. Get a little bit more experienced with my speaking skills. You see, I'm improving. It's still weird talking to a camera. It's like, oh, like, I don't know. I'm starting to figure out why people do this on a regular, and it's somewhat of therapy for me. But it's May 2nd. May 8th is Mother's Day, and I am a mother. Whoop, 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 whoop. But our independent artist spotlight is a soon-to-be first-time mom. Her, right? I gotta put her on blast because this young lady, she 2 albums. All right, wait. 2 albums. Y'all ain't ready yet. 2 albums. Okay, countless performances. We gonna get into all that, y'all. When I talk about this independent artist spotlight, y'all gonna be like, where's she at? What's she doing? Well, she is relaxing and enjoying herself and basking in the glow of pregnancy right now, and she's gonna be a mom and a boy mom at that. Whoop whoop. Welcome to the Boy Mom Club. What's up? So here's the thing. The social topic for tonight is, for some reason, I'm not able to find what I want to find right now, but I'll have time to find that later. Before I start the show, oh my gosh, I did all that talking, but I didn't shout out my sponsors. What's wrong? Girl, what's wrong with you? My sponsors are Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design. Let me stop playing. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company, 14 years in the making. Over 100 websites created, including his own, www.anointedads.com. All right, so this guy is so professional. His name is Phil. He is from Jersey. He's been doing his thing, Black-owned business. He decided, hey, this is something I'm really good at. Why not take this and monetize it? And because it's something I also love to do, this is not exactly work. This is a labor of love. So this guy, so professional, he's created a flyer for Think Different TV. He's created countless flyers for, oh my gosh, what is wrong with people? I am doing a show right now. Why are y'all calling me? Y'all had all day to call me. These people is stressing me out, okay? Anyway, back to Anointed Ads, right? He's done plenty of flyers for my financial business. He's also done flyers for other businesses and for events. He does a lot, y'all. So y'all gotta give him a play, okay? He does websites, flyers, graphic design. What? So Check him out, Anointed Ads, right here on IG. He's also on Facebook. Like I said, he has his website. That's ANOINTEDADS. All right. Y'all catch that? ANOINTEDADS. All right. Make sure you go check him out. And when you're ready to get your project started, just call him up. Call him up at 609-534-0237. And when you mention Think Different TV, guess what, y'all? Y'all get 15% off. All right? So you want to get your project started today. Your first project, you get 15% off. All right? Just mention Think Different TV. Tell him LaShia sent you, you know. And he is going to do the daggone thing. Now, he's not going to do a good job just because I sent you and, you know me. He's going to do a good job because that's what he did. All right? All right, give him a play. And then we have Euphoria Water. And while I talk about Euphoria Water, let me pour me some Euphoria Water. All right? So, Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals. No additives, no chemicals. It's doing the daggone thing, right? Medical grade water. Let me take a sip. Even has its own promo song, which we're going to play at the end of the show like we usually do. But this water, so refreshing, so cool. And like my body is saying, thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much for replenishing me and giving me the nutrients I need. Okay? It says on the bottle that it's anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, hydrogen-rich, antioxidant, and alkalized water. There you go. So you know, this water ain't here for play. It's here to stay. All right? So make sure y'all grab your Euphoria Water. You can go to Euphoria Water right here on IG. That's UPHORIAWATER. All right. So this, yes, Leeway, this is the only water I drink. Okay. It was funny because I saw a video he posted on his page, right? And a young lady was talking about Euphoria Water, and she had on a Prince shirt, right? And it has Purple Rain and everything on it. And this is like our Purple Rain to replenish us, because when you put the drops in, it has the highest pH, so it turns purple. All right, and it's just so refreshing. Let me take another sip. All right, so let me tell you guys, Euphoria Water is it. All right, if you want to hydrate the right way, get you some Euphoria Water today. Okay, you go to Euphoria Water right here on IG. Or if you're in the Philadelphia area, you can call Captain and he will deliver the water to you. I mean, he delivers these big old gallons, y'all. He doesn't waste any time. He delivers these big old gallons to you. So make sure you call him at 267-707-8279 so that you can get your Euphoria Water, okay? So that is our sponsors of Think Different TV. How rude of me not to even shout them out at the very beginning. What is wrong with me? Bad. So bad. Hey, Diamond Hood Grown. How are you? So, our topic for tonight, before I go any further into my spiel, is there anything that our children can do to make us not love them or question or call our unconditional love into question, should we say? Woo! This is loaded because I have a son. I know that someone else watching has two sons. You know, is there anything that our children can do to make us not love them? Is that even possible? Now, I've seen situations, because I am a millennial, like I said, and growing up, there was a lot of things that weren't accepted in society like it's accepted now. Well, it's like you get more of a pass now than you did back then. Like, people used to be like, yo, you know. And I think that, because my mind was thinking about serial killers, people that have done some really heinous crimes. Those people have parents. They wasn't just dropped off on this earth. They wasn't hatched from an egg. They weren't, delivered by the stork. You get what I'm saying? They were actually born to parents, right? So did their heinous crimes, did how they behave really make them not love their child anymore? Got a story for you. Story time. So this is gonna be it's gonna be a short story, but let me just take a sip just in case. So I was on YouTube and I was just looking at videos and stuff like that, because that's what I do. I peruse videos every once in a while. And it was this story about this guy who turned out to be this serial killer back in the 70s, right? But he was doing some crazy stuff. He was cutting up bodies, making human smoothies, drinking blood and stuff like that. He was the vampire of this particular part of town. It was ew. So, but they talked about how his parents were to him. And they was on some other stuff. When they started seeing that something was a little weird with him, they was just you gotta get up out of our house. You gotta live on your... They actually made sure he had got his own apartment. That's how they paid for it and everything. They was you're not gonna live here. You do all that freaky stuff in your apartment, but you ain't doing that here. And it gave him the opportunity, the space to be this crazy person, and just because he was by himself, so he was in his thoughts. Hey Lamar, how are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. He was in his thoughts. He was sitting and he was stewing and brewing and thinking about all these different things he could do and how he can kill people and all this stuff. And then he's just and they said that when they caught him, because it's he did stuff where he wasn't really smart about covering up his area. He didn't go back and wipe down fingerprints. He didn't do any of that stuff. But then you think about it, is it back in the 70s? Because people was making comments under the video why didn't they just use DNA? Why they take so long to find this dude? Think about it. This was back in the 70s. They didn't have the technology that they have now to find criminals, to do DNA testing. I was y'all do know that this is set in the 70s, right? This is in the 70s. So he was leaving fingerprints behind. He was doing all this different stuff. He wanted to be caught. He wasn't even hiding the fact that he was weird. He was walking around unkempt, wasn't washing his body, doing all this different stuff. And people was just oh, that's just crazy, such and such. And I'm couldn't live in no black neighborhood, because we would have been something over that dude over there. We probably wouldn't have said it to his face, but we definitely would have been talking amongst each other. Keep an eye on that mofo, because... And this was back in the days when they used to leave doors unlocked. So he used to think that when people left their door unlocked, it was an invitation for him to come in. If they left the door locked, then he couldn't go in. But if you left your door unlocked, he was going to come in your crib. I wish a mofo would. Yo, he was shooting people in their homes and taking them. Yo, he killed kids. He had no filter. But get this, his parents were the crappiest parents I think I've ever heard of, because he showed up at the door with a dead cat in his hands, and his mom just shut the door in his face don't want to deal with that. I don't know what you got going on, but you ain't bringing that over here. And it was just so crazy to me, because I'm if I see something is not right with my child, the first thing I don't think to just disown them or peeping times. I wouldn't think to just disown my child. I'd be how can I help them? What can I do? If there is, let me get him some help. You get what I'm saying? Those parents was just, ugh. They was just like, we don't want to deal with this problem. We don't want to deal with this. And that's crazy. Also, you got to think about, back in the day when sexuality, LGBTQ community, wasn't really out in the forefront like it is now. And there weren't a lot of laws that were passed to protect them. And it was seen as taboo to be in love with the same sex, or to be with the same sex. His parents were mad petty, yo. But now it's becoming a little bit more accepted. But the parents back then, your child come in and they switching and they a guy and they like, heck no, get that out of here. They would just kick them out, disown them, wouldn't talk to them for years, make them feel less than. Oh my gosh. Okay, spoiler alert if y'all ain't watched Bridgerton yet, but so not only was in our community, not only was like gay not really accepted, but having like mental illnesses and stuff like that wasn't accepted either. Hey, Sporty Spice, thank you for joining in. On Bridgerton, the father of the Duke. And if y'all watch Bridgerton, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hurt my heart. Because my son has autism. And like, I want to do everything to make sure that he has everything he needs. And, he doesn't feel ostracized from the community or from our family or anything like that. But nowadays it's a little bit more accepted. People aren't just saying like, he seems a little touched. That was their thing. He seems a little touched, right? Now it's like, what exactly is he diagnosed with? Is it autism? Is it Asperger's? Is it Asperger's? Or is it they're trying to figure out what it is, because then they can better assess the situation and go about treating them, not making them feel different, but just knowing that they have differences and acting accordingly, right? Well, in Bridgerton, the father Duke, oh my gosh, he made me so mad. And every time I think about this scene, it got me tears welling up behind my eyes, because this guy because his son had a speech impediment, right? Just a speech impediment. He was learning his studies and everything. He was not unintelligent. He just had a speech impediment. And he was like, he's an idiot. He's a fool. I disown him. Like the staff forgot he even had a son, because he didn't go to see his son or anything. And it was the lady with the cane that was best friends with his mom that kind of like broke him out of it and told him like, you are a special child and you shouldn't feel less than, and all that stuff, and spoke life into that child. Okay? But the dad was ready to just write him off. Just, I don't want nothing to do with you. First of all, he already felt resentment towards the wife because she died during childbirth. So he thought that she wasn't even worthy. She was less than because she didn't live through childbirth, which back then it wasn't uncommon for women to die during childbirth, because remember, it was like back in the 1700s, so they didn't have all the fancy equipment they have now. And it's fancy equipment now, women still die during childbirth. So can you imagine the mortality rates back then? And he was like, she wasn't a worthy wife because she died, and pretty much left him with a idiot child because the child has a speech impediment. And I'm like, yo, this dude is next level, like, bad guy. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I mean, my blood was boiling. I was so mad. And it was just like the scenes he did with it. And I'm wondering if it was hard for the actor to really like do those scenes, because would have just tore me to pieces. I would have needed a break or something. I would have been like, no. Wow. Diamond Hood Grown said, wow, no compromise. It's sad. We try to take someone else's life for granted when we're all human beings. And that's so, so true. Man, he didn't want to play with his son. He didn't want, because his whole thing was, this is supposed to be my heir. And this is the only, I guess his wife was the only woman that got close enough to him for him to fornicate and have a child with. And, you know, it just broke my heart how he treated that child. Like, how, as an actor, I'd be like, I know I'm acting, but dang, this scene is so, I need to take a break. Like, because this is so crazy how I got to talk to this kid. Like, the kid just looking like, and I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be like, Now, like, if I see that check and the check looking right, I'll be like, I'm going to do the scene. But other than that, yo, I couldn't talk to no child like that. It was crazy. Anyway, I digress. So, those are some of the reasons why a parent would disown their child or not love them as much as, or have their unconditional love called into question. Because it's like, in the case of the Duke's father on Bridgerton, the Duke was born for a purpose. All right, he wasn't born just to be his son and live a childhood and enjoy himself in his life. He was born to be an heir and to take over his throne, so to speak, at the time of the Duke's father's death. So he was born for a purpose, and not necessarily because he loved his son, and not because the two of them wanted to have a child so bad. Like they tried many times before, and the Duke was the only one to survive childbirth. So now they have one child, but she passed away. So another reason I told you sexuality, has been times where parents have disowned their children because of their choice to be with the same sex and or live a different lifestyle than what they thought they should be living. And then that's when it falls into like, you forgot that your child is a person. You know, there are certain rules, okay? Yeah, don't hit each other, don't hit people, don't, like the 10 Commandments. Don't lie, don't steal, don't kill, don't, all that stuff. And we as parents, we're supposed to enforce those type of values into our children, unless you're a parent that's a sociopath and then you don't care and you just teaching your kid whatever. But if you're a parent with your head on right, you're teaching your child to be all of these things. And when they go against those principles, you have a choice as a parent. As a parent, my choice is always going to be to ride for my child. Now, if my child does something illegal, he gets locked up, he kills somebody or something like that, which he's not going to do. But we never know. Like, we don't know. We don't know what the future holds. I'm not saying I want my child to be a killer. I'm just saying, like, he's going to be his own person. You get what I'm saying? So, it would be unfair of me to think that he's going to be a carbon copy of me. Because he's not going to be. Even twins are not the same. So why would I expect him to be exactly like me or exactly like his father? He's going to have some qualities from me. He's going to have some qualities from his father. And then his experiences in the world will also shape him as a human being. So it will be unfair of me to think that he will be exactly like me. So there's also this thing of judging. You know, I've done some things that have been questionable, so I don't see myself fully judging myself. Oh, how could you do that? Or how could you be like that? Or how you? No, I'm gonna listen to understand and not listen to respond. I'm gonna listen to understand and not listen to respond. I'm gonna learn about my child. See, every so many years, you have to relearn your child all over again. And my son is only 6, but I've seen it with other parents, my mom and dad, with me. You know, as I get older and I have things that I am exposed to and things that I have witnessed and experiences in my life, I'm growing as a person, so they have to relearn me all over again. I'm not the 5-year-old child. I'm not the baby that they knew. I'm a grown woman now. Hey, I am Summer Willow. Thank you for joining Think Different TV. I'm not that person anymore. And so I would expect them to know that I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to always make the right decisions because I'm a human being. I can't be perfect, okay? There's no such thing as a perfect human being. We have free will. We're supposed to, you know, we are, like I said, we are shaped by our experiences. And my parents, they, like I said, they have to learn me all over again. It's like every year is something new that done happened to me that is changing me, and they have to learn me all over again. And that's crazy because I know that that's coming. I know that right now, I know my son as 6-year-old wise, but he was 5-year-old wise and 4-year-old wise and 3-year-old wise. And as he's getting older, I'm learning more and more about his personality and how he is. My son is freaking hilarious, okay? Like, the things he do, I just be like, yo, you crazy, you a wild boy. Like, and I know as he gets older, he's just going to have more experiences shape him. And I'm going to have to relearn him all over again. I'm going to have to reintroduce myself to my own child. So when children do stuff that go against our core values, we have a choice whether to ride out with them, acknowledge that what they did was wrong, but also choose whether to ride out with them or go against them. And I find in this stage of life and at this stage of parenthood, hard to go against my child. That's why you have so many parents when somebody says, yes, exactly, Diamond Hood Grown. Diamond Hood Grown says, free will just to lend an ear. We transpire in our lives learning about one another. We do. And I know that in this stage in my parenthood, I can't see myself not loving my child or disagreeing with what he does. And like I said, I was about to say, that's why we have so many parents when people say, hey, there's something with your child, you need to check them, they get offended or they feel some type of way because they're like, whoa, this is my child. I will handle it accordingly. You get what I'm saying? Because they have to process that their child did something wrong, and they're probably blaming themselves. Like, how could they do something like that? And there is a whole rush of emotions. When your child does something wrong, you're just looking at them. And if it's something that you taught them not to do and they do it anyway, it's like, what am I doing wrong to get this message across to you? Why can't I really fully teach you not to do that? You keep doing it. Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, I'm trying to figure out for myself, what can I do to help you not do this anymore. It's hard. It's hard because as a person, they're going to do what they want to do. And like I said, they have free will. So we can punish them. We can make them feel less than. We can, one thing I'm not going to do is encourage bad behavior. I'm not going to do that if they do something wrong. And if they kill somebody, hurt somebody, I'm gonna find out the full story. And if they're like, if my son is totally in the wrong, I will own up to my son is totally in the wrong. But that's not going to make me stop loving my son. Because at the end of the day, me and his father, we laid down together. We conceived them. I birthed them. He didn't ask to be in this world. Okay? And he's here because of us. So anything that he does, wrong, right, whatever, is because of what I'm teaching him, first and foremost. Or not teaching him. That's a big thing. So you can teach your child to do something, but you can also not teach them to do something and we learn by, shall we say, hey, youngin', getting it? How are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. It's just so odd because I'm a parent. I feel like I'm welling up a little bit because I love my son so much that I would feel terrible if I didn't love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take a lot out of me to be like, oh, I don't love him. I don't love him. He gets on my nerves. Whew. That just sent shivers to me. Like, I can't think that way about my son. Can't think that way about my son. But then I'm thinking about all these serial killers that have parents, and it's like, did their parents... Now, to be fair, some of these people that do commit these crimes and everything, they may not have their parents in their lives. But for those that do have their parents in their lives and they chose a life of crime anyway, does that make their parents love them any less? Does that make them... I know there's a lot of parents that ride for their kids have killed people, and they go and the kids are locked up. They won't let them out. And the parents go up there every so often to go and visit them, see them, send them care packages. And people be like, yo, he a murderer. He this, he that. How is he able to still be walking around, still be healthy and all this stuff and this and the third? Because he got parents that care about him, obviously, or her, and don't want to see them wither away. You know what I'm saying? I think what it is that parents, when their child does something so egregious and everything like that, what keeps them loving them and keep them in that is that they think about who they were. Oh, no thank you, legend. I'm good. I'm so good that I don't appreciate you coming on my live and asking me if I need a sugar baby. I don't need a sugar baby. Weirdo. Anyway, the whole thing about it that gets me is that like I said, I can't see myself not caring about my son. And when these people get locked up and everything, they like I said, they go back to how their child was. They go back to little Timmy. You know what I'm saying? They don't see Timmy as a grown man that committed all of these crimes. They see little Timmy that they used to bathe, little Timmy that they used to take to the park and play, little Timmy that they used to sit down and watch cartoons with, have breakfast with every morning, take to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, they thinking of that Timmy. They're not thinking about Timmy that's a mass murderer and killed all these people. As a parent, I think that's what has to keep you sane, keep you thinking along the lines of I love my child, is that you remember all the good that your child has done before they've done so badly in their life. And I think I've answered the question. There's nothing that my child can do to make me not love him. There's nothing that he can do to make me not love him. The thought of me not loving him makes me feel really crappy. I have to love my son. So, in the off chance that he gets older and he becomes this person that I have to reintroduce myself to, because this person is not my son. Like, I think you can love your son for who he was and not like, or a daughter for who she was, and not necessarily agree with the life that they decided for themselves. But it's hard to like just disown them completely. Hey Judah Priest, how are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. What's up, Sam Place? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. So, what do you guys think? Is it anything that can make you not love your child or call your unconditional love into question? Is there anything that they can do? Is there anything that you can imagine your child doing that just is so disagreeable with you that you just cannot forgive them and you just would rather write them off? I hate that. So let me just tell y'all, I hate rapists, I hate murderers, raping is something that there's no excuse for. There's no there's no like, oh, they were coming at me and I felt like I needed to protect myself, so I raped them. No, there's no reason for that. Murder is like a different type of thing because there's self-defense, there's different reasons why someone would murder another. Even though murder in the scope of it all is wrong, you shouldn't murder anyone. But if that person has a reason, like this person was coming at me with a knife, and if I didn't kill them, they would have killed me, and that's something totally different. You know what I'm saying? You don't just be like, oh, I can't murder anybody, so go ahead and stab me up. No, you're gonna defend yourself, right? So that makes sense to me. So there are different scenarios where that would not be the case, and then sometimes the only the only three entities that know what happened, or three people that know, is that person, and God. You get what I'm saying? We don't know the full story. The person that lived is going to give an account of the events that may or may not be true. We don't know. We just gotta, go with their word because the other person is not there. Two people can keep a secret if one is dead, right? So, I at this point in my parenthood, I would have to say that there is nothing that my child can do to make me not love them anymore. Have really I would not love them, but I would really be like, is it my fault that they are the way they are? Is this something I did wrong? Is there something I could have done to help them not be that way? I don't know. We don't know. Because then at the end of the day, your child is still a person, right? Hey, Ruben, got the sauce. How are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. So, what do you guys think? Is there anything that your child can do, or is there any lifestyle your child can choose that will cause you to pause on the unconditional love? Think about it. Think about it. Think Different TV. That's the social topic for the night. Something to think about, right? And with that, we're going to go to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company. So 14 years in the making, y'all. 14 years in the making. Over 100 websites created, including his own, www.anointedads.com. He has created the flyer for Think Different TV. He has also created flyers for me in the past for my financial business. And he's going to keep creating flyers and websites and all of that good stuff, right? You just got to give him a chance. Go and give him a play. Let him know that you want to get your website done. You want to get your flyer created for your event or for your business. And he will sure enough deliver. Okay? So his name is Phil. He's based out of Jersey. Super guy. So professional. Call him Professional Phil. He'll have your project done in no time. Very timely. He always checks in to make sure that it is the product that you want. So satisfaction is guaranteed with the product. And he is an amazing guy. So go and give him a play. That's Anointed Ads. You can find him here on IG. You can find him on Facebook. Like I said, he has his own website. So it's Anointed Ads, ANOINTEDADS. That is ANOINTEDADS. Go and hit him up. Say that LaShia sent you. And guess what? He'll take 15% off of your first project. So he's ready to get started with you. Ready to get working on your project. Ready to create that website for you. All right? Websites are, that's what people need now. We're in the techie part of the technology-driven society right now. Whenever somebody is looking you up, they're going to look you up on the computer, right? And it's always great to have a website with good content and eye-catching designs that only Anointed Ads can do. So go ahead, hit up Phil. You can hit him up directly at 609-534-0237. Get that project started today. And then our other sponsor is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives, none of that crazy stuff. It's medical grade water. It is anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, hydrogen rich, antioxidant and alkalized water. It is the true purple rain. It is the best water, the most refreshing water that I have ever drank in my entire life, and I put that on everything. All right, it is so refreshing that my body is actually thanking me as I drink it for giving me all the minerals and all the all the minerals and everything that I need for my body. And if you're going to hydrate, guys, hydrate the right way. Get that Euphoria Water today. In order to place your order, you go on Euphoria Water right here on IG. That's UPHORIAWATER. Or you can call Captain directly because he delivers in the Philadelphia area, okay? You can call him up and say, hey, I want the Euphoria Water. He will deliver these big old gallon jugs to you, all right? And in order to place that order, you will call 267-707-8279. Say, Captain, I need that Euphoria Water today. All right. So those are our sponsors. And we're going to jump into this independent artist spotlight. But before I do all that, right, let me just go and see if I can find find this. All right. Let me go back. 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 Let me clear this out. You just type in her name. Because guess what? Oops. Go back. Y'all do not talk about me and my glasses. I know I'm supposed to have my glasses on. I keep playing these games like I'm not blind. And I definitely am. Blind as a bat. You know what? And I think that's so offensive because I don't think bats are really blind. They just, they are blind. Okay, they are blind. They are really blind. But hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? So y'all don't judge me. Don't judge me. I won't judge you. All right. Don't judge me. All right. So, like I said, our independent artist spotlight is on Sharissa Lene, a beautiful mom to be. This is technically our Mother's Day episode because Mother's Day is Sunday, which is the 8th, and my next episode will be the day after Mother's Day, so that ain't gonna work. So this is technically my Mother's Day episode, so I was like, who can I do an independent artist spotlight? And ding, 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 it went off of my head. Sharissa Lene. All right. She is a mom to be. I'm super, super excited for her. She's going to be a boy mom. I can't wait to start popping bottles, baby bottles, that is, over this whole entire, when she have her son, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be bananas. It's going to be like, yo, right? But, story time. All right. So Sharissa and I met back in 2009, 2010. The initial meeting was a little crazy, but I've grown to love this young lady so much so, and respect her so much for everything that she has done. And she is just like the sweetest person. I know I say this about a lot of people, but this is because I know these people personally, okay? She is so focused, so dedicated to her craft. She has done choreography in her performances. I can't dance. I got 2 left feet. So, I'll learn some choreography. I'll do a little 1-2 step. I'll do a little song and dance for you. You pay Elmo. I do a little song and dance for you. But I don't do all the choreography. She brings sexy, sassy, sophisticated all in one. She's just the total package. She writes her own lyrics. All right. She's a dancer. She's awesome recording artist. She just does the daggone thing. When I say sassy, sophisticated, and what was the other word I used? It's okay. Sexy. That's what I. Sexy, sassy, and sophisticated. So sexy because she wasn't afraid to show that she had a figure. Listen, I was scared to death because I was very, very modest. Okay. And she was like, I'm sexy, honey. I'm about to give y'all a little woof. and a little woof, right? But she was sophisticated in doing so because it wasn't like crazy looking. She really looked like a boss babe. She was a boss babe before the whole thing, that entire title even came out. She was a boss babe, right? But she released 2 albums, not one, 2 albums. All right. She released her first one in 2013 called Boss Girl Talk. All right. And her second one, Love Affair, that EP came out in 2015. All right. So I forgot, story time. All right. So like I said, we have grown to love one another and respect each other in our crafts and everything like that. And this story time goes back to 2013. All right. So, 9 years ago. That's crazy. So, in 2013, I experienced a lot of loss. I was going through a lot of things. And one way that I found was my way to get through it was to do music, of course. Because at that time, I was so engrossed in my music that I was like, I have to do it, and it's going to help me get through this pain that I feel. So I decided to do a showcase, put it together. You know, it was myself and 4 other female phenoms. So it was called the Female Phenom Showcase. And of course, me being from Philly, I had to make sure that I spelled female with a PH. So it was Female Phenom Showcase. I was doing something back then, right? Well, anyway, so when I was coming up with who I wanted to be on a roster, I had no question that I wanted Sharissa Lene to be on my roster, because I had seen her perform several times before. I knew she was about her craft. She was about her music. You know, and she's sensitive about her shit, right? And she brought everything and left everything on the stage for you. She did not hold back. She did not, let anything stop her, deter her from doing what she loved to do, what she had a passion for, has a passion for, which was singing, performing, and giving everybody a show. All right. So I'm up here and I'm putting the show together, and I had 3 other young ladies that was on the roster and Sharissa Lene. And let me tell y'all, putting together a show is not no easy task, okay? That was like super hard to do for the first time. Like, that was my first time putting together a show with multiple other performers. And because I am a people pleaser, I just wanted to make sure that it went off without a hitch and that everybody was happy. So this is how I had it set up. And when I was telling somebody the story about the show and everything like that, I was getting heated because I was like, dang, like, I did all that. Like, it was crazy. So I put everybody on the roster. I contacted all of them, asked them if they wanted, hey, DJ Hard Rock, what is up? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. I put everybody on the roster, and I called, but before I did that, I had to call them and see if they wanted to perform. I couldn't just throw them up there, right? So I had the venue in mind that I wanted to have it at, and I said, let me call them up and see if they want to be part of this showcase. So I hit up the other 3 young ladies, and they're like, yeah, we down. And I hit up Sharissa. She was like, absolutely, I want to be part of this showcase. Like, where is it going to be at? What do I? So the spot that I was having it at, she had performed at weeks before. So she knew where the spot was. She was down. She was like, yes, put me down. How many songs do I get to do? you know, like how long is my set, blah, blah, blah. So everybody had a 30-minute set. I thought that was nice, you know, they have like a 30-minute set, and I think I had like 30 to 45-minute set. Plus I was hosting the event, so I was hosting, and then at the very end I was performing. So this was crazy. Like I'm hosting, I'm you know, getting the crowd hyped up, and I did a raffle, and I was introducing people to the stage, and then I had to go, and during Sharissa's set I had to go and change into my other outfit for my actual performance. And this is when I was skinty, y'all. I was skinny. I was able to just hop out of the dress that I had on, put another dress on. Now it'll take a little bit more time, honey. I don't think her set would have been long enough for me to change into my stuff. Now, no, honey. I had to put on my waist trainer and everything, okay? It's like I don't need no waist trainer anymore. I got my stomach down. But I think I would have needed it a little bit before. Anyway, so that whole thing, I was putting it together, and I had the venue, and I told her I wanted to be part of it. She was down. And then I said, well, I want to do a live band, because she was like, do I bring tracks or whatever? And I was like, I'm going to have a live band, and that's how I was going to rock out with my show. So I went and I hit a keyboard player that I knew and said, hey, do you know anybody? I need a band for this show. And so he was like, oh, okay, you know, no problem. I'll get it together. So I was like, all right, cool. So he said, how many pieces do you want? Do you want 3-piece, 4-piece? No, he wasn't talking about chicken. He was talking about the band, right? So he was like, I was like, well, I need a drummer. I need a keyboard player. Of course, you're going to be my keyboard player. I need a bass player and a guitar player. So he was like, all right, bet. I'm going to take care of it. Luckily, he had a rehearsal space, and we was able to go to a rehearsal space and rehearse. And I offered to the other young ladies who were participating in the showcase, I said, do y'all want to do tracks, or do y'all want to perform with the band? So they was like, of course we want to perform with the band. All right, cool. So we have rehearsals on this day. You can come down, you can rehearse your set, and then that'll be that, right? Sharissa lives in Trenton. Well, at the time she was in Trenton. She did not miss a rehearsal, y'all. She did not miss one rehearsal. The other young ladies that was in the showcase, they lived in Philly, and they made excuses. They was either late or they were not there. She made it a point to be there and have her set pristine, okay? She did not want to waste no time. She had her own original track. That was another thing that I admired about her, because at that time I had like one single, like one song of my own, and then the rest I was doing was covers. And she had a whole set where it was her original music. So I was like, dang, like I need to get on the ball. And that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to surround yourself with people who are doing better than you are at times. Well, all the time, because then that pushes you to do better. You know, if you surround yourself with people that are, I don't know, kind of wishy-washy, they don't have their stuff together and everything like that, and you surround yourself with people like that, you kind of get sucked into that void of, well, I'm not going to do, well, this person is skating by and they're barely doing anything, or they're, you know, they're doing the bare minimum. Why should I do the most? And then also when you're in a group of people where they're not achieving anything, or they, you know, don't have goals and, you know, all that stuff. When you do have goals and you accomplish things, you feel bad. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you feel bad. Like, you shouldn't be accomplishing these things, or you feel like there will be a target on you, or you're going to be hated or ostracized from your group because you're doing great and they're not, you know. So always surround yourself with people who are doing better than you, because they push you to be your best you. Yeah, in this life, you want to be your best you. You don't want to be a shell of yourself. You don't want to be 50% of yourself. You want to be the best you can be, right? So that's one of the things that Sharissa actually pushed me. She was one of those people that I looked at, was like, dang, she doing the daggone thing. I need to step my game up. And so for that, Sharissa, I thank you so much, because I wasn't really seeing an example of that at the time. Boss girls, boss babes doing it and getting things done. And so effortless. Like, of course she was putting effort into it, but it looked like she was accomplishing these things effortlessly. So she was doing all these songs, original songs. The band was like, she kept it real simple. The band was doing their thing. What's up, Natural Touch? How are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. So she was doing all these original songs. Amazing, like, was just getting them on point. It was like, sent them the music, got them on board. They was like, this is simple. Like, we can pick it up really quickly. And she was able to do her set. Now, professional is one of the words I would say about Sharissa. So professional and so on top of her game. Like, you look at someone like that and it's like, how can I not want to be better? How can I not want to achieve more when you have someone like that in your circle? And I knew her through Tone the Artist, who I had on my show previously. This is Art LLC. And they worked on her first project together and her second project. He was the producer on both. And she's just been this light, this beam of light in my life, you know, that showed me that I can achieve so much more. I can do so much more. And encouraged me to do more. You get what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't like, oh, no, you okay, you good. No, girl, get your CD done. Get all that done. Have something tangible for people to walk away with, right? When you do a show, you want somebody to buy a CD or have a shirt or something, some type of merchandise, something to take home with them. All right? And she released this song called Boss Girl Talk in 2013. And she told a story about how she actually came up with the song Boss Girl Talk. She explained how she was with her mom. Every time she's with her mom, she walked past a mirror and she kind of looked at herself, and she always wondered, like, why do we do that? You know, why do we stop and look at ourselves in the mirror every time we pass by a mirror or a window or whatever, anything that shows our reflection? Why are we walking past and stopping and checking ourselves out? So she took and she said that she explored that, and then one friend was like, you know, why don't you write a song about that or whatever? And she was like, okay, you know. But she flipped it because she said, you know, sometimes people look in the mirror, and because this is like an anthem. Boss Girl Talk was an anthem. And she said some people look in the mirror and they don't see a beautiful person. They don't see someone who is strong. They don't see someone who is confident. And she said that Boss Girl Talk is actually one of those songs, an anthem, if you will, that tells women, like, listen, you walk past a mirror, you know, you a boss girl. You a boss. Like, she wanted everyone to feel that way about themselves, that they're a boss. You know what I'm saying? And the great thing about her is that when I listened to that story, and I was just like, wow, she really put thought into, you know, the reasoning behind her songs. I'm trying to find. All right, maybe it's not on here. Maybe it's not on here. I really wanted y'all to hear Boss Girl Talk, but you know what? She has other videos and everything on here. But I really like the meaning behind Boss Girl Talk. I think that everyone should feel beautiful and feel worthy and feel capable and, you know, embrace themselves. Sometimes we can be our own worst critic, man. Sometimes we can say horrible things to ourselves. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough. You're not this. You're not that. We gotta stop beating ourselves up, y'all. We gotta stop doing that to ourselves. We really do. And Boss Girl Talk is a song. So definitely check out Boss Girl Talk. It's streaming on all major platforms, especially on iTunes. She has an iTunes channel, so definitely go check out her album on there. And it's on Spotify. She has Boss Girl Talk and Love Affair on Spotify. Now, I do have 2 songs that I'm going to play for you today. One is Mr. Jones, and the other is Kill His Ego. Now, Kill His Ego, I believe, was on the Boss Girl Talk album. And Mr. Jones was on the Love Affair album. So, the growth. Can we talk about the growth? All right. So, she is an amazing vocalist. She is an amazing songwriter, and you can see that there is a lot of growth between the 2 albums, as we have certain life experiences that also shape us as songwriters as well. And her pen super crazy, okay? Her pen is super crazy. And when her and Tone the Artist get together, they create hits. Hit after hit after hit after hit, right? Kill His Ego, like I said, was on the Boss Girl Talk album. So I'm going to play that for you guys. And here we go. Also, I'm playing these off of YouTube. She does have a YouTube channel, Sharissa Lene. And here we go. Come in. Now, back then, this is when people used to do videos that actually were like a movie. So, her video is definitely like a movie. It was directed by Ruben Rodriguez. And the video was produced by Ironhurst Films, LLC. And this is Kill His Ego.
Hi, how are you? What can I do for you? Well, I think my man is cheating on me. I didn't know where else to go. I need your help. Can you help me? Do you have any proof? Not really. I mean, it's up feeling. What does he look like? A picture of him right here.
So,
here's what I want you to do.
Kill His Ego
Union Park downtown.
Is basically a song about how, you know, a woman is, should...
Okay, thank you.
how can I explain it? So this video is so dope. Okay, kill his ego is basically showing a man like, you're not gonna just walk all over me, make me feel some type of way. Nope. Not in this relationship.
Sorry, fellas, but I had to do this one, especially for my ladies. So, ladies, turn me up. Let's just blast me, let's get started. Let's go. Listen up. Now listen. Oh, this real talk, I'm a teacher. Taking notes. He will put you through a test. Study hard, girls, so you can do your very best. I'm gonna teach you how to punish your man on the song. Acting nice, just make me that you recognize me to let him know I'm the boss. Don't give up, teach you how to cook this one. Don't give up. Don't you worry about it now. Look out, taking over. If you do it right, it's gonna make a wonder. Ego, it will crush his whole soul. There's nothing worse than a man's pride. Break him down from the inside. Inside. His ego, girl, you got to let him know that. Girls, we run this world, and it won't be much without a woman. No, it's the loud with his friend. About 4 a.m. It's okay. You expected this. Don't trip. The time will come. Yes, it will. When he wakes up, standing out full attention, but he can't get none. You need to know how to punish your man, but stop cutting up. Don't let no man know. One thing from your man that makes him feel superior. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let him know you ain't got that big of an ego. Kill his ego. It will crush his whole soul. There ain't nothing worse than a man's pride. Break him down from the inside. Kill his ego. You got to let him know. It may be a man's world, but it won't be nothing without a woman. No, sometimes they see that we're too kind, so you take advantage of our love and let it ride. You gotta show him the other side. Don't fuss him out, don't fight. Take my advice wherever you go. Kill his ego. Let him see hope. Let him see hope. Let him see hope. His ego. Let him see hope. Let him see hope. Let him see hope. His ego. Kill his ego. It will crush his whole soul. Kill his ego. Girl, you gotta let him know. His ego. Kill his ego. It will crush his whole soul. Kill his ego. Girl, you got to let him know. His ego.
So that was Kill His Ego by Charissa Lene. All right. What's up, treating you sweet? Thank you for joining in to Think Different TV. So that was Kill His Ego. Like I said, it's one of those songs. It's an anthem for women to... All right, I guess this was like when we was going through that independent woman phase, you know, Destiny's Child and everything like that. So she was like, oh, I got to do this one for the ladies. Like, sometimes men get too comfortable. They think that, you know, I can get her to do whatever I want her to do. You get what I'm saying? I can get her to cook my meals and not even put a ring on your finger, right? I can get her to do all this stuff right there. And then have the nerve to step out because he feeling himself a little too much. Like, if I can get her to do all this stuff, I can get another chick to do all this stuff. So what she was basically saying was like, kill his ego. Like, you know, you ain't that great. You know, I don't know if we'll fly in today's world because people be all like, we need to uplift our men and this, that, third. And I think that, you know, at that time, we was on board. We was like, yeah, kill his ego. How dare he? How dare he think that he could just come up and, I mean, I still feel that way. I'm like, you're not going to make me feel like less than, and then you go out and go be with this girl and that girl because you feeling yourself a little too much. It's still dudes out there that be feeling themselves too much. That's why they got like 4 or 5 different women. None of the women know about each other, and they, you know, and then when they do find out about the other woman, they up there fighting the other woman over this dude, you know, because he too big for his britches now. He then doesn't think that he can get any girl he want. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we supposed to uplift the man and everything like that and make him feel good. But then when he feeling so good that he feel like he gotta step out of the relationship and be with other women because he like, if I can get it from her, I can get it from anybody else, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's a problem. Have no problem uplifting a man who treats me well and doesn't go out and be with this person, that person, you know, behind my back. But when he think he doing something, he doing all this stuff, and then on top of that, he got on job. He not doing like what? What are you doing? What are you doing? So yeah, kill his ego. I'm with it. Those guys that don't treat us good and think that they can go out and be with other women behind our backs, kill his ego. Let him know, boo boo, you're not that great. You're not that great. So yeah, that was Kill His Ego off of her Boss Girl Talk album, which is available and streaming on all major platforms. And the video is on YouTube. It was directed by Ruben Rodriguez, and it is affiliated with Iron Man. I gotta look at that again. Forgive me. I have a really bad memory, y'all. Like, it's terrible. Like, why do y'all let me do stuff like this? Why do y'all let me do stuff like this? Like, forget stuff. Hey, Euphoria Water, how are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV tonight. Like I said, it is directed by Ruben Rodriguez, and it is produced by Iron. Hold up. It went by kind of fast. Alright, it went by kind of fast. Hold up now. We're gonna start that from the tippity, okay? Iron Horse Films, LLC. I don't know why I said Iron Man. Iron Horse Films, LLC. Produced by Iron Horse Films, LLC, and it was directed by Ruben Rodriguez. So that is Boss Girl Talk by Sharissa Lene. Like I said, kill his ego, y'all. Kill his ego. Kill his ego. Love that song. But also listen to Boss Girl Talk, because I like that song because it is like an anthem. It's like an anthem for all the women, to uplift women. But also, like, if you feel like you're a boss, and every time you walk past the mirror, you like checking yourself out, and you like, I'm the stuff, that song is for you too. So she has another song called Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was on her Love Affair album, which she released in 2015. So we're going to go and listen to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is like the title of the album is called Love Affair. And if you know the song Mrs. Jones, well, you already know. If you know that song, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. Yes, y'all remember that song? Okay, so this is like her version, Mr. Jones. Here we go. But let me tell you, her pen crazy, so she wrote all of these songs. So here we go. The sound quality on these videos is like the bomb. Like, I love videos that I don't have to turn up that loud.
Every girl searching for a Mr. Right. I can't help but to think you're Mr. Wrong. It doesn't matter 'cause it feels so good. I can't get you out of my city zone. Through every fight, through every tear, losing your love is all that I feel. I'm never alone. Your heart is home. I got it, baby. I got a Jones. I got a Jones. I got a Jones for you, Mr. Jones. I got a Jones and I can't let go. I got a Jones for you, Jones. Boy, I got a Jones for you, Jones. I got a Jones for you, Mr. Jones. I got a Jones and I can't let go. The touch of your finger makes my temperature rise. Even when I'm not, it intensifies. It's hard to stay angry when I look at you. Even through everything you put me through, it's something about us being so wrong. So it's hard to leave you alone, baby. Does it turn you on? Like it turns me on. I got it, baby. I got a Jones. I got a Jones for you. I got a Jones for you. I got a Jones for you, Mr. Jones. I got a Jones and I can't let go. I got a Jones for you, Jones. I got a Jones for you, Jones. I got a Jones for you, Mr. Jones. I got a Jones. You're the reason why I don't me and Mr. Jones gotta be going at it. It may be wrong, but it feels so right. It feels so right. So good. Yes, it feels so right. My Mr. Jones for you. I got Jones for you. You're the reason I am
Woo! That video, every time I watch it, I just be like, oh my gosh. Okay, so like, definitely was giving me, now that I have a catalog built up of videos in my mind, definitely was giving me Kelly Price As We Lay type vibes. So good. Definitely go check out that video. Listen, go check out her videos on YouTube. Like, the people that do her videos, they be doing these videos so good. All right. And in the Mr. Jones video, you see a little cameo by Tone the Artist as, I guess, the waiter. at the table. This is our LLC. Whew, that was a good video. So Mr. Jones, like I said, is definitely like, how can I explain it? Like, she's talking about what he puts her through and all that stuff. So you like, dang, like, the major plot twist at the end. Y'all just gotta watch it. Y'all gotta watch the video. Y'all gotta watch the video. I'm not even gonna give it up, but that is definitely a ode to me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. Oh, her songs are so good. I gotta listen to her album all over again. Like, this is crazy because when you listen to the music and you hear the words and know that her pen is crazy. Like, to know that she wrote these songs is definitely coming. You know, when you're a songwriter, a lot of it comes from a certain place. Like, from your heart, from your soul, from your mind, from memories that you had, experiences that you've had. Definitely, like, she comes up with concepts that I wouldn't think to come up with, but that's what makes this world so great when it comes to music, because you never know the type of concepts that people will come up with. Like, that concept is so dope, and I'm just like watching the video. I'm like, yo, like, plot twist. Like, y'all gotta watch it. Y'all gotta see it. So definitely check out Boss Girl Talk. That was her album that she released in 2013. Check out Love Affair, which was released in 2015. All right. She's dropping something else this year. A baby. Baby boy coming into this world this year. So definitely, you know, congratulations. I wish you a happy and healthy delivery. You're just glowing. I'm so happy for you. I cannot wait to see baby boy. All right. And like I said, this is my official Mother's Day episode, because Mother's Day, like I said, is on the 8th. My next episode is on the 9th. And yeah, I don't want to do nothing the day after. I'd rather celebrate it early than celebrate it late. So, but actually this whole month is for the mothers. So yeah, you know, if y'all want to be so kind, give me some Mother's Day gifts, you know, in my cash app. Let me not. I'm just playing. But definitely, she is a boss girl, and she talks the talk, walks the walk. Okay, she definitely is an example, and a good example at that. She has hosted Raw reality TV. She's done a lot of performances. She's performed in New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia. Like, she is just doing the daggone thing. She is so good. So I'm like this. We need to write something together. Do something, girl. We need to do something. Okay? It's about time. We need to just put our heads together, put our noggins together, and come up with the ultimate album. Like, Mr. Jones would go great with Secret Lovers. Like, what about it? Like, we need to just put out an album, a mixtape, if you will, of just like going back and forth. Like, this is crazy. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with. She is an amazing woman, soon to be an amazing mother, amazing daughter. She has so much that she has accomplished, and I can't wait to see. I hope that we see a lot more of creativity come in these coming years, because, you know, sometimes a birth can birth some other things too. So you like, let me get back in the studio. I'm just saying. Hey, Ryan Official, thank you for joining Think Different TV. I'm just saying, no pressure. But I'm waiting to hear that third album. How about it? Or at least let's do a song together. Let's do it. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. Let's get it together, girl. Cause you're pen crazy, and we can work together. I'm telling you. So that is Sharissa Lene, my independent artist spotlight on Sharissa Lene today. Professional, poised, sexy, sassy, sophisticated. Just all of the above. All of the above. 10 out of 10 stars. She is crap. 20 out of 10. She is amazing. Like, y'all need to go and check her out. Like I said, Boss Girl Talk and Love Affair is available. It's streaming it on all major platforms. It's on Spotify. She is definitely about that boss life, okay? She's got her stuff together, because I don't want to cuss. I already cussed once before on here, so I don't want to make it a habit. She got her stuff together. She's doing her thing. She's about to be a mom. It's going to be a crazy 2022. Crazy 2022. And I'm so happy for you. So keep doing what you're doing. I love you. I wish you all the success and all the love and happiness that you want, that you deserve, okay? So thank you, Sharissa Lene, for being that example for me, being that boss girl, boss babe that's just doing it and showed me that I can do it too. Just paved the way. It just paved the way. And she killed her performance that I had her on. She captivated the audience. She did her thing. She's so professional, and I'm sorry that at that time that I was so with my own stuff that I didn't get a chance to do another showcase. But hey, it ain't too late. We can still do showcases, still get things off the ground. Hey, Philly Czar, how are you? We can still get things done. Just give me the word. Just give me the word. All right, y'all. With that, I'm going to go to my sponsors. My sponsors are Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company. 14 years in the making, over 100 websites created, including his own, www.anointedads.com. You can find him here on IG and on Facebook. Anointed Ads, ANOINTEDADS. That's ANOINTEDADS. Okay, you want to hit him up because he got them eye-catching designs that when you see Anointed Ad, you just know it's Anointed Ad. Like, what you doing? Like, get it together. Do it. Get your project started today. He's ready to create your website. He's ready to create your flyer for your event or for your business. He's created the flyer for Think Different TV. He's also created flyers for me in the past for my financial business. He is amazing. So give him a play. Call him today, 609-534-0237. Say, Phil, I'm ready to get that project started. What's up? What's crack-a-lacking, right? What's up, Manny? How are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. And just tell them, like, you're ready to get your project started. And when you mention LaShia, say LaShia sent me. Think Different TV? Yeah, LaShia sent me. He's going to take 15% off of your first project. So why not? Go get that done. Get that project started. Yes. And with that, I'm taking a sip of my other sponsor, which is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. The highest pH, the true purple rain, right? And it is so refreshing. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get you Euphoria Water today. Put in your order, okay? New face of R&B, thank you for joining Think Different TV. Put in your order. You know, you can go to Euphoria Water right here on IG, UPHORIAWATER. That is UPHORIAWATER. Put in your order today. You know, or you can call Captain directly because he delivers in the Philadelphia area. He delivers these big old gallons. So get y'all gallon today. All right. Call them at 267-707-8279. Get that Euphoria Water in your body so you'll feel all good and you can be anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, you know, hydrogen rich, you know, alkalized, and antioxidized. I'm drinking Euphoria Water. There's no wine in this cup, just Euphoria Water, you know. Jesus didn't come down and turn it to wine yet, so I'm rocking out with Euphoria Water. Until so good and so good for you. All right, so we're going to go into the last segment of the night. All right, and this makes me sad because I hate this because I know I'm about to leave you guys. But just a quick recap before we go into the financial tip. We had the social topic. Is there anything that can make you not love your kids or call your unconditional love into question? All right, we explored different reasons why that would be so over time, and just got people's feedback on it. I said at this moment in my parenthood, it's not going to happen. I can't say that I would ever stop loving my son. But like I said, as our child gets older, we have to relearn them all over again. We have to reintroduce ourselves to our children. Our children have to reintroduce themselves to us, because as life goes on and they get older and they grow and they get shaped by different experiences, they become different people over time. You know, they're not the same. At 16 years old, they're not the same that they were at 6. At 26, they are not the same that they were at 16. So we got to relearn our kids all over again. It's just the way it is. So is there anything that can make us stop loving them or call our unconditional love into question? That was the question for tonight. And then we had our independent artist spotlight on the one and only Sharissa Lene, who is doing the daggone thing. It had 2 albums that were released. Boss Girl Talk in 2013, and also 2015 she released her second album, which was Love Affair. We listened to 2 of the songs tonight, Kill His Ego and Mr. Jones. Awesome videos on YouTube, gotta check them out. And all of her music is streaming everywhere that music can be streamed, especially on Spotify. If you got a Spotify, go ahead, go on there and listen to her albums. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. So, our financial tip for the night. Why is it important to invest the difference? Well, I'll tell y'all a story. Story time. So, when I sell life insurance, I always stress that my company has this motto, which is buy term and invest the difference. Term refers to the life insurance. Term life insurance does not have a savings account attached to it, right? And there's a reason for that, because when things are attached, that's when things can get a little hairy. You get what I'm saying? It's like when you bundle everything. Like, let's say you bundle your home car insurance, right? And then your home car insurance and your life insurance all in one bundle, right? What's up, JB? How are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. Let's say you bundle all your home, your car, and your life insurance all together in one policy. So you're paying this one amount for all 3. If you miss a payment, you losing out on all 3 at the same time, right? You can't have partial payment. Things are going very well, JB. Thank you for asking. You can't pay a partial payment and say, well, I still want to keep my car insurance. No. When you bundle everything together and you're paying for everything together, you got to just make that full payment. You can't pay partial payment and expect them to keep everything afloat. So that's the example I would use when it comes to whole life insurance. Because when you have your death benefit attached to your life benefit or your living benefit, if you take from your living benefit, you can put your death benefit in jeopardy. When you die, your family just gets the death benefit and they do not get the living benefit, because the living benefit is for when you're alive. So that all that money that is in your living benefit goes back to the company. So I always stress that it's term and invest the difference. So term insurance, right, is just the insurance. It's just to make sure that you're covered. That's why it's such a low cost for term insurance, because you're just paying for the insurance. You're not paying for a savings account attached to it or anything like that. And that's how people are able to get more coverage for a lower price. Like, let's say you're paying $150 for a whole life policy and you have $50,000 in coverage. Well, you could take that same $150, if you want to get $150,000 in coverage, you take 60 of that $150. If you're like in your 30s, you take 60 of that and get $150,000 in coverage, and you still got $90 left over, which you can then invest into a mutual fund. So here's the other part of the equation. Invest the difference. See, nobody expects to work their whole entire life. Okay? And this is what kills me about people getting whole life policies, because you're going to have to pay the premium of it. Now, there are ways you can pay the premium for a certain amount of time and it lasts for your whole life. All right? Some people, if you're not educated on the different types of whole life policies or the different ways you can pay your premiums down to arrive at the conclusion you want to arrive at, then you're going to fall into the trap of the old-fashioned paying month after month whole life insurance and not know all the options available to you. Some agents are jinky and they just look to get that payday. As long as you keep on paying, as long as they get paid. You get what I'm saying? That's shady AF. That is shady AF. So when I got into life insurance, my purpose for getting into this and getting my license and everything was to help people avoid that trap of getting taken advantage of by these companies that come out to our homes and pretend to be our friends and say, how's the fam, and all this stuff, and all the while they got this hand doing this and the other hand is somewhere else doing something else. Smoke and mirrors. I hate it. And it was done to me. So when I said I was going to do life insurance, that was my goal. To make sure, sorry guys, lips were a little chapped, was to make sure, Mary Kay, was to make sure that people got the entire picture. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that they're educated, truly educated on everything, and not have anything held from them. Or, you know, I hate when people be like, well, we didn't tell you because you didn't ask. Why should I have to ask you for you to tell me or educate me? If I'm not educated, I don't know what to ask. How would I know to ask you about that? This is their biggest thing. when you start realizing, when you get educated on the type of insurance that you have, like let's say you had the whole life insurance and something happens, and then their biggest thing when you call the company to air out your grievances is it's in your contract. Read your contract. It's in your contract. It's in your contract. That's you're programmed to say stuff like that. So that is infuriating because you're like, what do you mean? Like, this contract is in jargon that I do not understand. And the thing about it is that the person that signed you up for that insurance did not take the time to educate you on how that works. So now you're left fending for yourself and wading in the water. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like that. I don't like my people being taken advantage of. And what's so crazy is when I approach people about what I do, they think I'm the bad guy. They think that I'm going to take advantage of them when I'm actually trying to help. So that's crazy. The legal wording does confuse a lot of people, and people need the layman terms when it comes to that. So it's not necessarily dumb. When I sit down and I educate people, I don't dumb things down. I just explain it in a way that we can all understand it, which I wouldn't say dumb it down, because the people that I talk to are not dumb. They're just uneducated in that area. So my purpose is to educate. So here's the thing about term insurance. So yes, it's just the insurance. It does not have a savings account attached to it. So I'm saying that on this right now because anybody that has ever gotten insurance from me, y'all should know that y'all have term insurance and that it was explained to you at the time that you got the insurance. So we don't have this miscommunication along the lines like, oh, can I borrow from my policy? No, you cannot borrow from your policy because it's just the insurance. It's not whole life. It does not have a savings account attached to it. And that's why I also stress the importance of investing the difference. So when you sit down with me and I say, listen, I'm going to get you an insurance policy for $50. I always ask someone, oh, thank you, JB. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You have a great night also. Hey, Azar King, how are you? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. So when I sit down with someone, I always find out what their budget. This is why I do the F&A. So last week I told y'all about walking through an F&A, all the things with walking through an F&A. Now, another reason why we walk through the F&A and we find out how much someone can comfortably save a month without feeling a sting is because we have to know how much we're working with to get them, one, insurance, and also invest the difference. So if someone says to me, I can comfortably save $200 a month, I'm not going to put them in a $200 policy. Oh no. Why? If they're young, in 30s, healthy, I'll put them in like a $80 policy. That way they have $120 left over to invest the difference. And people always look at a mutual fund as a cost. Why? Why do y'all look at it as a cost? It's not a cost. A mutual fund is an investment. It's an investment. Anytime you invest money, you expect a return on your investment, right? ROI. You expect to get some type of return on it. When you put your money in a savings account, you're not just throwing your money in a savings account. You're told that your savings account has an interest rate on it. So every so often, it's going to increase in interest, right? So that is what a mutual fund does. You invest your money and you have you can have between a 6 and 12% interest rate on your mutual fund that is growing by, and you just put the money in. And here's the thing, this is why it's not a cost, because if you want to take money out of your mutual fund, you can do that. It's not borrowing from your mutual fund. No, it's your money. You can access it when you need it, especially when you are online with it. When you have everything registered online, you can go in there and take from it as if it was like another, like it's your savings account, but it's a super savings account. It's a mutual fund. It's an investment. It's something great to have. You want to invest the difference. That $120 that you are investing every month for the duration of your life insurance policy. Let's say you get a 35-year policy and you're investing every month 120. So 35 years times 12. Okay, I'm going to, let's say 30 years, because I need to have round numbers. Okay, so I can do this fast. So 30 times 12 is 360. That's 360 months. You're paying $120 a month. $120 a month times 360 months. That's a lot of money. And on top of that, you're adding the 9% or whatever interest rate that you have on top of that. So that's how often your money is growing. Hey, how you doing, Mar Power? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. So you're investing the difference. You're putting this money in every so often. Our goal is to make sure that you no longer have a need for life insurance. All right? You're not supposed to have life insurance for your whole life. Your life insurance is supposed to be there temporarily until you're able to save up enough liquid cash to eliminate the need for insurance, right? Because like I said, no one plans to work their entire lives to pay a life insurance policy. No. All right. And I think 35 years is a sufficient amount of time to get your stuff together. Okay. I know it seems like it goes fast. 1 minute you're 30, next minute you're 65. I know. A lot of people give that whole story. But listen, 35 years is enough time, well enough time if you start when you're supposed to start, to save up enough money to do what you have to do. And it acts as a living benefit because, like I said, you don't have to wait to the very end to go into your mutual fund and pull some money out. There's 3 different things that's involved with the mutual fund that I have. So I can only talk about what I have because I'm not licensed in securities. So I'm going to say this as a disclaimer, if you will. I am not licensed in securities, but I do have my own mutual fund. So I'm going to speak from the point of view of a customer, a client, and not as someone who actually does a mutual fund. So as someone who has a mutual fund, I know there's 3 major components to my mutual fund. There's the emergency fund, there's the short-term fund, and there is the long-term fund. The emergency fund is, of course, for emergencies. So you want to wait until you have like 6 months of expenses saved up in your... Now, some people, they don't do that. Some people dip into it a little earlier. That's perfectly fine. It's your money. It's whatever you want to do with it, right? I contribute $100 a month to my mutual fund so that I have the cushion, because I know that I have that amount of money that I can save comfortably a month. And on top of that, I have a $90 policy, but the policy I pay every 3 months because I had it set up quarterly. So every 3 months I'm paying, it's like a little over 90. So every 3 months I'm paying, no, it's like 90. every 3 months I'm paying $260 for my insurance, and that's covering me for the next 3 months. So I'm being completely transparent with you guys, so y'all know. So I'm not going to tell y'all how much coverage I have or anything like that, but I'm just going to say that the cost per month for me, or the amount that I pay, my premium is, it would be like $88, $89, but I have it set up quarterly, so I pay every 3 months, and that is $260 or some change. And then I invest the difference, so I knew that I can afford $150 a month, but the value that I saw in the life insurance policy, I went a little bit above and beyond. So I said I can stretch it to almost $200. So if I was paying on a monthly basis, it will be $100 for my mutual fund, and it will be like $89 for my life insurance. But I got a substantial amount of coverage because I'm young, I'm healthy, and I was able to get a substantial amount of coverage. And I'm letting y'all know now, when you get life insurance, make sure y'all get it early while you're healthy and you ain't got no crazy ailments going on or anything like that, because the cost can be lower than a typical whole life policy. And life insurance is something that you qualify for. It's not something you can just buy like a shirt off the rack. So just know that there are instances where you may not qualify for term insurance, where if that's the case and you can only qualify for whole life, having insurance is better. Having that type of insurance versus having no insurance. Like, I would rather you have insurance than no insurance at all. But if you do qualify for term insurance, you want to get a term policy for the longest time and for the highest amount that you can afford within your budget, the highest amount of coverage. So anyway, I will be paying $189 every month. Now, that's within my budget. So somebody that said they can save comfortably $200 a month, that would be me. So I would say that's me. I can save $200 a month comfortably. So I can do $89 towards my life insurance, and then I can put $100 towards my mutual fund. Now that mutual fund is growing. It's growing. It's growing. It's getting big. When I have an emergency, I don't have to dip into my checking account and take money out. I can go into my mutual fund and have the money transferred over to my bank account within 1 or 2 business days. 2 to 3 business days, because it depends on when you put it in, because there is a closing time for the market. So if you submit your request after that time, it won't process to the following day. So you won't see that money until like not that day but the following day. And if you have Chime, then you'll see it a lot sooner. But like I said, 2 to 3 business days. And it's just a godsend. I know that when the pandemic happened and I was a little low on funds for a while, I was like, Dad, I ain't got no money. And I was stressing, y'all. And then I was like, wait a minute, I do got money somewhere. Because up until that point, I had money coming out of my account every month to go towards my mutual fund. So I was able to go to my mutual fund, see that I had this amount there. I was like, oh, I have this amount in here. I was able to switch some money over to my checking account in 2 to 3 business days and pay what I needed to pay. See, that is, and then I don't have to pay it back. I can, now if I wanted to, I can take and put money into, what's up, Discover Meeks? How are you? Welcome to Think Different TV. If I wanted to, I could put money into my mutual fund to replenish what I took out, but I don't have to. You get what I'm saying? When you are borrowing from your savings account that's attached to your life insurance policy and a whole life policy, when you're borrowing money, what happens? You gotta pay it back. You gotta pay it back at a 5 to 8% interest rate, or 6 to 8% interest rate. And you know, you always, I thank you so much for showing me love. I thank you so much for showing me love. And I see you doing your thing, so I need somebody for my independent artist spotlight at the end of May. I'm thinking that's gonna be you. But you'll be super busy anyway, so I don't be knowing if you got time for little old me anyway. You a superstar. Superstar. And body goals. Yes, honey. So anyway, let me get back to this financial tip before I get all thrown off. So definitely, you can't, when you borrow money from your life insurance policy, if you have a whole life policy, you have to pay it back at a 6 to 8% interest rate, right? That's crazy because the money that is growing in there initially is only growing by 2 to 4%, right? So it's like when you borrow, when you have money in there and it's growing at 2 to 4% interest rate. But then when you take money out and you gotta pay it back, is at a 6 to 8% interest rate? Woo! That's crazy, right? So when you have a mutual fund, you can take money out. You don't have to worry about paying it back. You don't gotta be stressing about another bill being on your head, because they don't tell you when you take that money out. First of all, you gotta write a letter to the company. You have to wait up to 6 months to even get that money when you take money out of your savings account that's attached to your whole life policy, right? And then when you get the money back, you gotta pay it back at a 6 to 8% interest rate, right? That's crazy. Now, with a mutual fund, you've been putting money into this account. You've been putting money in there, It's been growing at a 6 to 12% interest rate, however aggressive you want to be, right? Then when you take money out, you don't have to pay it back. You don't have to pay it back. And it doesn't affect your life insurance at all because it's not attached to it. So you don't have to worry about all that. So the emergency fund comes in a clutch when you have an emergency. You have a short-term fund when you want to buy a house or a car or something like that. You're working towards a goal, so you could just be putting money into your mutual fund, letting it grow, let it simmer, stew like a nice beef stew, if you will, in the crock pot, and just, or the slow cooker that they call it nowadays, the slow cooker. You let it stew for a while, and honey, baby, then you got some money up in there, and when you're ready to go purchase that car or purchase that home, you could just say, you know what, I don't have to go into my checking account that I've been working so hard, putting money in that checking account. I can go in my mutual fund, take the money out, get what I need to get, and you don't have to pay that money back. You don't have to take out a loan from the bank. Oh, bank, give me money, please. Give me money, please. Give me money. No, you got your own money. All right? And what's this? The Nia song? I love it because she got her own. It's nothing better than feeling like you got your own money. And you ain't got to go to the bank for nothing. You like, the bank be like, please come get a loan from us. No, I'ma curve you. Come on, get a loan from us. We only gonna charge you like 8%. No, I got my own money. It's in my mutual fund. Yeah, like you can feel good about that, right? And then you have your long-term fund. So this is where retirement comes into play. And a lot of people nowadays, we gotta realize, y'all, the government ain't gonna help us forever. The way they've been just giving away money. The way they've just been giving away money with these stimulus checks and everything like that. People of my age and lower, we ain't gonna have no money. Y'all, people like, oh, when I get older, I'm gonna just give Social Security. ain't guaranteed. It's not guaranteed you're going to get Social Security. And then they got all these different things, all these little hoops you got to go through. Like my grandma, like she wanted to get, because there's this difference between Social Security and Social Security, and SSI, and because one is like a supplement income, and then the other one is like actual Social Security. So she was good with the Social Security. Then she was like, why? Like they had a certain amount that she was getting, and it was like both of them together, and she was getting a certain amount. And then they started like, then they called her or something like that, and they was like, well, we need to get your life insurance policy. We need to do this. And my grandma just sent it in. You know, they just sent it in, and then they took away the SSI because they consider that the government considers life insurance income. How? Okay, so I get it. It was a whole life policy, and yeah, she could have went in there and she could have borrowed from the policy, so they consider that income. But I'm like, are you serious? So word to the, maybe I'll do another live on it. I think I did talk about that before. But I will revisit that, because I think y'all need to know how the government be getting us when it comes to Social Security and SSI. Like I said, it's two different things, and you know, Social Security they just give to them, but the SSI, that supplement, it's so many hoops you gotta jump through, and you can't let them know. If you got a whole life policy, like if she had a term policy, they would have been like, okay, we still gonna give her SSI because that's just the insurance. That's not something she can borrow from. But because she had a whole life policy, they was like, oh, this could still be a means of income because she could just go in there and borrow from it. I was like, oh, snaps. Like, I learned today. I'm glad I ain't got no whole life policy, because that's another way that it holds you back. It holds you back. You can't even get SSI if you got a whole life policy. What? So that's something. Take down that little tidbit. If y'all got older folks that be like, oh yeah, you know, the Social Security office called me and they said they want me to send in my life insurance policy, and you know that they have a whole life policy, be like, don't send that in. But don't tell them that I told you that. But don't send that in. All right. What's up, Storybook Poet? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. Don't tell them that I sent you, that I told you that, but you ain't hear that from me. They don't want to send in that whole life policy. They don't. Because that's the quickest way to get their SSI taken away. Just like that. Taken away just like that. So, and the only way that she could probably get her SSI, which is like immediate relief, is to cancel her life insurance policy. They doing too much. But back at the issue at hand about how important investing the difference is. That retirement money is very crucial. So if you're a young person right now and you are within the sound of my voice, please start a mutual fund, because you can start it for as low as $50 a month. $50 a month. Y'all probably spend that on hair, nails, makeup, drinks, clothes, transportation on SEPTA. Get a mutual fund. Trust me on this. Trust me, as a client that has a mutual fund, it is something that is definitely needed. It definitely helps you in the long run. Hi, Tatiana. Thank you for joining Think Different TV. Listen, it will help you if you are a young person. Get a mutual fund. Listen to me. Get a mutual fund. I know y'all got like this thing where like, I don't know about life insurance, but A mutual fund will help you now. It will help you. You doing all that traveling and stuff? How good would it be to say, you know what? Instead of using the money that I worked so hard for at my job, 5 days out of the week, 6 days out of the week, 7 days out of the week, however long you work during the week, and instead of going to my checking account and pulling that and using that money for my trip, let me use this mutual fund money real quick. Now, it ain't an emergency, and I ain't telling you to dip in there often to go on no trips. But if you must, vacation and do all that stuff. If you're an artist, you need a mutual fund. Why? Why do you need a mutual fund? You know you can put a mutual fund. Let's say that you're a brand and you have a business. You're a businessman. Get a mutual fund. Everything that costs you money. Everything that you need to succeed in your business. Photo shoots. Traveling for video shoots. Yes, honey, that is you. I'm talking to you. And so many others. Get that mutual fund. You can start it for $50. Keep contributing every month. In 6 months' time, you'll probably have enough that you can go and do another video shoot, photo shoot, pay for your CDs to be made, to be distributed. I don't think people do CDs anymore. But to register yourself on these streaming platforms or pay the streaming platform dues or whatever. You can take the money from your mutual fund and do that. Come on. Stop going here working hard for the man, blood, sweat, tears. Because, listen, let's be honest. Our goal as artists is to eventually do that for our main source of income. But someone like me still needed to go hit the old grind and go and work for the man. And they're not going to put no shackles on my feet. They're not going to put a noose around my neck. I'm going to take the money that they get. Thank you kindly. Thank you for paying me. And I put some of that into a mutual fund and let it grow and let it simmer like a good old beef stew in a slow cooker. And then when I want to go on a trip, or I want to go here, or I want to do this with my money or whatever, I can just go right into my mutual fund, pull that money out, and just do what I want to do with it. Doesn't that sound great? Investing the difference makes all the difference in your life. That retirement fund, like I said, you're putting money in and you're paying one thing per month. Some people can afford more. Some people do $300 a month, $400 a month, whatever, however you feel comfortable contributing to this mutual fund. That retirement fund, when you retire, you'll have cash in there to live and do your thing, okay? Without the assistance of the government or anything like that. Hell, you could probably still get that Social Security. Have your mutual fund. But I'm just saying, get that retirement fund on and popping, cause it's not guaranteed we're gonna get Social Security, SSI, any of that stuff. The government is depleted of money. They don't have no money for us, and we gotta stop pretending like they do. We gotta stop pretending like they do. First of all, they don't even want to give us money anyway, honey. They don't. Then on top of that, to feel like you gotta depend on the government, ugh. Like, I feel yucky that I gotta depend on a job to give me money. Like, ugh. You get what I'm saying? No shade to my job because I still had that job. I don't want to lose my job. But I'm just saying, like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. And how do you combat that? Start a mutual fund. Put that money aside because it's not about how much money you make. It's how much money you can save. All right? As much as we, hey McCree promo, as much as we love spending money, I'm telling you, you get a mutual fund and you put the same money you spending and everything, you put it in a mutual fund. Oh my gosh, like you would have so much money to spend. You would have the. I was told, like, I remember going to a meeting, and this is when I was going to the meetings for Primerica, and Terry Robertson said, and he probably heard it from somebody else, but it's a really good gem to know. Do not buy something unless you can afford it twice. Think about it. Do not buy something unless you can afford it twice. Because think about it. You get shoes, you know, it'll give you a little bit of satisfaction for a short amount of time. But then when you get pregnant like I did, you can't fit in the shoes anymore. And then you're looking at these shoes like, damn, I got these shoes, I can't even wear them. My feet all swelled up. They ain't never go back to the original size that they were. Never. After I had my son, they just never went back. All my shoes are like a size bigger. So, just think about it. Like, you might go and get your hair did, right? Get it all nice and purry, you know, like to wear your hair all nice out and everything like that. And your natural hair, right? You go to the shop to get it done. You walk outside, it rains. God damn it. Why does it always rain when I get my hair done? And now your hair is not how it was when you left the shop. But you done spent all this money to get it done. Now, I'm not saying don't treat yourself, but I'm just saying don't cheat yourself and don't get a mutual fund. Yup, it's all about buying properties and building own corporation. Yes, it is. Definitely is, McCree promo. It is. You do want to buy the properties. But for right now, those people that don't have the funds to buy properties and stuff like that, and they have at least $50 that they can, you know, put aside a month, get that mutual fund started. Get it started. Invest in the difference is very important. Very important. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. I say it to the blue on my face. I'm saying it so much, my lips getting chapped. Let me put on my lip gloss. What is it? Share Illusion by Mary Kay. But anyway, y'all, get these mutual funds. I done talked for a good minute about getting a mutual fund. If you don't know it, you know now. $50. $50. Tell me. That's less than, y'all, that's less than $5 a day. It's less than $3 a day. Yeah, less than $3 a day. Less than $2 a day. Less than $2 a day. You know, like things that make you say, So many people just wasting money, squandering on things that they don't see that as a cost. But mutual fund, no, I don't want to do that because I gotta think like $100 coming out of my paycheck every month for this thing, mutual fund. I don't even know how. That's why I'm giving you the education now. It's not like you're putting it away and you're never going to see it again. No, you're investing it into something that you could pull from when you need to, when it's necessary, and don't have to pay back. It's the same as when you have 10% of your paycheck going to your savings account every month. You're going to see that money again. Stop looking at it as a cost and look at it as an investment. See the value in having a mutual fund. I'm going to tell y'all this one last story and then I'm going to get out of here. There's a man who's very wealthy. One of the wealthiest men in the world. Oh my gosh, why am I blinking? But he told a story, and I'm going to tell y'all this story. So, somebody was like, man, you got all this money. I know y'all know the guy, the billionaire. He's a billionaire. Anyway, so Warren Buffett. Yes, it is. I knew it started with a B. So WB, Warren Buffett. You're absolutely right, Discover Meeks. Thank you so much for that. So Warren Buffett. No, it's not Bill Gates. It's definitely Warren Buffett. Because Bill Gates said after his wife took half, he ain't that rich no more. So listen. So Warren Buffett was talking about how someone approached him and said, You're the richest man in the world. P's and Q's, nay. Thank you so much for joining Think Different TV. It's like, you're the richest man in the world. Why are you driving this old car? Like why don't you just get a new car? And he said, I don't want to get a new car because I can't afford it. You're the richest man in the world. One of the richest men in the world. How can you not afford a car? And he broke it down like this. He said, the car that I have is perfectly fine. It gets me to and from where I need to go. It's perfectly fine. He looks at a new car as a liability and not an asset. He said, if I was to get a new car and not, pay for it outright, let's say, my credit is good and everything like that, and I decide to get on payments. Well, I think it was more so like he was thinking about the insurance and all of that stuff. So he was like, if I get a brand new car, the insurance on it and then all the stuff, and then what if it breaks down and then I gotta pay for it to get fixed and all this different stuff, which he already has to do with the car he currently has. He said, if I was to take the money I would invest in a new car and invest it into something that's going to make me money, I will be seeing 10 times, 20 times, 100 times the amount of that car. So at the end of the day, I can't afford a new car because he's thinking about what else he can do with that money. See, a car is a liability. It's not an asset. Y'all know how many times I done heard people say to me, oh, my car acting up. I got to take it to the shop. I got to do this. I got to do that. And on top of that, while it's in the shop and you have all these problems with it, you still got to pay insurance. And if you didn't pay for it right out and you still paying payments, you still got to pay the payment on the car, because regardless if it works or not, or if it's broken down or not, you still got to insure it, and you still got to take and make sure that you're paying a car note, because broken down or not, they still can repo your stuff. So it's definitely a liability. Even homes, if it's not purchased to be a rental property or something like that, that's a liability too. It's not an asset. Because if you're buying the home to live in the home, if you're buying the home to live in the home, it's a liability. It's not an asset. Because you gotta keep up with the upkeep of the house. You gotta pay the taxes. But you're not getting anything out of it. Like you're just, you have a place to live. Yeah, you have a roof over your head. Yeah, but the thing is that ideally, I think a wealthy person would opt to live in a freaking RV than live in an actual home, and instead invest their money into buying homes and buying property and acquiring property to rent out to other people to have an influx of income. And that's why wealthy people live so below their means. Like they don't go out here and splurge. Wealthy people don't go out and splurge and buy unnecessary things. They don't go out partying every night. That's something rich people do. Rich and wealthy is two different things. Rich people go out there and they spend their money on whatever, whenever, and they say, well, I got the money to do it, why not? But wealthy people really think about how that will affect everything else. They think they play chess, not checkers. They're like, if I go out and I spend money going to a club and buying a bottle of rosé and all this different stuff, and doing this and doing that, like, how does that enrich me at the end of the day? Like, how do I get a return on my investment if I'm popping bottles? What's up, Bari? How are you? Hey, okay, all right. Sumi Kumar, thank you for joining Think Different TV. Thank you for following me. You know, what does popping bottles do to enrich me or put money in my pocket? Nothing. It doesn't do anything to put any money in my pocket. So wealthy people have the mindset like, let me put my money into something. Now I'm not saying they don't treat themselves every now and then, but they're not out there in the clubs every Friday spending their money. They're not. You're not going to see any wealthy people out there. You're not going to see wealthy people with new of everything. Like, people always like, why don't rich people, but they should say wealthy people, why do you always be wearing them beat up sneakers and they'll never get no new sneakers? Because it's like, what are sneakers? Just footwear. You just putting on your feet and you're just walking around, and then eventually they're going to wear down. You got to buy a new pair. So they're going to put money into buying these sneakers and wearing them until they fall all the way to freak apart, and then buying another pair. Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that. Especially when they bringing in the type of money that they bringing in, they don't need to impress anybody. Who do you need to impress when you're wealthy? People are trying to impress you. Oh, I heard you got like $1 billion, man. I just bought this new boat, and I just see, that's that rich people talk. That's that rich people talk with their poor mindset. So, like I said, let's get with it, y'all. My financial tip for the night is definitely invest in the difference is important. It makes a difference in your life. Go out there and start a mutual fund for as low as $50 today. Hit me up if you need any more information about that. I will put you in touch with the best person I know to hook you up with your mutual fund, because that person has done my mutual fund. My mutual fund is going strong, and I don't have to worry about when I run into an emergency having to dip into my checking account to take out money for what I need. I can just go right into my mutual fund, pull that money out, and handle what I need to handle. Not that that happens often, but it's nice to know that that's there. So invest the difference, y'all. Very important. Get life insurance too. You know I'm going to throw that in there because I'm a life insurance agent. Get life insurance too. Buy a term and invest the difference, because it is a great option if you qualify for the term life insurance and you have the means to put enough money aside to start the mutual fund. You're welcome, Discover Meeks. Always, anytime you need any information, you know you can hit me up. I have a financial coach page, KS Legacy Building LLC 1. You can definitely go on there, get more information about the topics that I discussed here tonight. And that pretty much wraps up Think Different TV. All right, so before I close out the show officially, hold up, let me go back. Go to my history. All right. That's not it. It's the library. Gotta go to the library and go to the history. All right. So let me just put this out there. Before I wrap it up with my sponsors, I want to just briefly go through what I did in the show today. Today, our social topic is parents. Is there anything that your child can do to make you stop loving them or question your unconditional love for them? That was the topic for tonight. My independent artist spotlight was on the one and only Charissa Lene. She has all her music streaming on major platforms. And so go check out my girl, show her some love. She has 2 CDs. Her 2 CDs are Boss Girl Talk and Love Affair. I played Kill His Ego, which was on the Boss Girl Talk album, and Love Affair, I played Mr. Jones, which that video y'all gotta see, because that plot twist at the end, woo child, y'all be like, what? Yes, I'm telling you, the people that did the people that did her videos, oh my gosh. And Discover Meeks, I know you got fire too, so definitely, I can't wait to have you on the show as well. But that was our independent artist spotlight for tonight, Charissa Lene. You can go and follow her right here on IG, Charissa Lene. I will tag her under the video. And my independent tip. My financial tip for the night was I am not finding what I need to find. Not history. I need to go to my videos. There we go. My financial tip for the night was to invest the difference. Invest the difference. Get that investment going, y'all. Get it going. Don't play these games, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, get it started today. And with that, I'm going to go on to my sponsors. So my sponsors are Anointed Ads, award-winning graphic design and website company. 14 years in the making, over 100 websites created, including his own website, www.anointedads.com. If you want, you can check out more about him on IG or Facebook. You just know an Anointed Ad because it got those eye-catching designs you just can't miss. All right? Anointed Ads is responsible for the Think Different TV flyer that I've been circulating on my IG page. He's also done flyers for me in the past for my financial business. So if you have a business, if you have an event coming up, he is here for you. He's here to create your website. He is here to create a flyer for your business and for your event. So don't wait. Get that project started today. When you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off your first project. So that's Anointed Ads. ANOINTEDADS. That's ANOINTEDADS right here on IG, Black Owned Business. Get with it and give him a play. All right. When you want to get your project started, you can also call him directly at 609, because he's a Jersey boy, 609-534-0237. Get that project started today. Tell him I sent you so you can get that 15% off. And then our other sponsor is Euphoria Water, which, take a sip, right? Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. I'm telling you, if you're going to hydrate the right way. I know that we got people that work out. All right, Euphoria water is the best water for you because it is alkalized. It's also anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, hydrogen rich. It is also an antioxidant. So go and get your Euphoria water today. If you live in Philly, you can have it delivered right to your door. These big old gallon jugs, you can have delivered to your front door. Just call call Captain at 267-707-8279. You can also place your order right here on IG at Euphoria Water, which is UPHORIAWATER. Get that Euphoria Water today, man. That's UPHORIAWATER right here on IG. Hit up Captain, tell him I sent you. You know, get those gallons of water because it's medical grade water. It's the healthiest water you could possibly have in your body. It's like when you drink it, your body is like, thank you. All right. And with that, I'm going to play the Euphoria Water promo song done by Medusa Field 215. Oh, y'all, I can't believe I forgot this. Before I go, well, never mind. But when you check out Charissa Lene, she has an extensive history working with a lot of people. She's even worked with my bro, Commotion. He was on the show a while back. She worked with him a while back on a song on his album Hood Superhero Volume 3. Ain't that something? I was doing a little research and I was like, oh, they work together. Okay. All right. I just wanted to throw that out there. All right. So, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Mother's Day is coming up. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And we're going to close out the show with the Euphoria Water promo song by Medusa Field 215. Awesome artist. Go check her out. She's going to be tagged in under my video as well. This will be saved on IGTV series, Think Different TV, and it will also be on my YouTube channel, Think Different TV. So if you're a person that, you know, you want to have it playing while you're doing something and you want to do other stuff on your phone, you can definitely go on YouTube and put on a video and do what you got to do. I know when you watch on IGTV, if you're watching it and then you go to do something else, it'll exit out of it and you can't hear it anymore or anything like that. But that's why I also put it on YouTube, because I have the YouTube feature where I can have it playing, I can still surf the net and do all this stuff. Surf the net. Nobody says that. Stay positive and motivated. Great content. Thank you so much, JB. I appreciate you. This was my 18th episode of Think Different TV. I'm so happy. And we're going to keep on going. 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 I'm just getting started, y'all. So, what's next week's topic? Oh, next week's topic, I got to flip through my book because I want to give it to y'all so y'all can start talking about it. Next week's topic is women can get sex whenever they want. Way more than men. Agree or disagree? So, in other words, we have more access to sex than men do. Is that true or is it not true? We'll discover that topic next week. But like I said, I'm going to play this Euphoria Water promo song by Medusa Field 215. I done mentioned her 3 times, and that means that she's going to come and bring me some money. So definitely next week, that's the topic we're going to be exploring. And we got a special independent artist spotlight that I can't wait to interview next week. He's going to be dropping gems. Let's get into this. Play this song for y'all. Close out the night.
What I want y'all to do is put your Fury bottles in here. If you got a jug,
Go over there and get a sip of the medicine. The only thing that quits my thirst to fill my frame. The only thing that's in my purse or in my hand. Barrier. You just gotta see the hand. Let's know what a use can guarantee. Deep face glow and we coming out tight. We feeling the G-Nami so elevating high. We feeling the G-Nami so elevating high. When you sip, you know there's no better. Guarantee you feel much better.
Hey, Taylor, thank you for joining. Thank you for TV.
Been putting on for the seat, yeah. You should keep it back from my way, yeah. Raise your bottle in the air. I'm putting it down. And come and buy a drink with me.
You're pure.
Bye.